Checking the mic to make sure it works. Checking the mic to make sure it works. And it works. What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It's Phil Nagy on Sports joining you here as they beat that big old bass drum. They call it the world's largest drum. We're not sure if that's actually accurate or not, but they say that it is. More power to them. The Purdue Boilermakers, West Lafayette, Indiana. The site of this one decided to go with some of the cool all-black alternate jerseys. I have no idea if they are wearing them in the real game or not, but they looked cool to me. Ohio State Buckeyes, #1 in our hearts, #1 in the land, #1 in the CFP that came out for the first time last night. And at this point, it is just to survive in advance, get the win, don't get anybody hurt. If you want to start to continue to pile on the Julian Sand and Jeremiah Smith Heisman campaigns, you can try to do that if you want, but otherwise get in, get out, and get to the Big Ten championship unscathed. That has certainly been the plan. So Purdue will kick this one off. Welcome in Mitchell, welcome in Black Roz, welcome in Sasha, and welcome in Jim. Good to have you guys on. Glad to see YouTube has behaved here the very first time I tried. Sometimes I have to try it like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times, which just seems crazy to me. Here he comes, Julian Sand, redshirt freshman quarterback, super sophomore, whatever it is you want to call him, but he has been sensational. And that performance last week again, even the university did officially launch his Heisman campaign, and according to the odds makers, he is the prohibitive favorite at this juncture. He's going to hand off to Bo Jackson for a loss of 1. Appreciate everybody being on again. Phil Nagy on Sports is the channel, only place on YouTube. Here comes Donaldson up the middle, and he'll be stuck to the ground near the first down on the play. Nice tackle by the linebacker there on the back end. Sorry, their roster is hard to read. Here comes Peoples, first down, as we've seen all 3 of the running backs. And they combined for about 20 yards and a first down there. That one tackle on the play, by the way, was by Hershey McLaurin on the previous play. The only place on YouTube you're going to find these simulated sporting events. Nice little boot action to Max Clare, the former Purdue Boilermaker, and he's got a first down to the past the 50-yard line, inside to the 46. Only place you're going to find simulated sporting events with live original commentary. Appreciate all of my subscribers. We're at 1,175. Just crazy to think about. Really appreciate that. Also, thanks for everybody who's hit the like button already, and we'll continue to do that over the course of the game. 12:20 on this first quarter clock. Buckeyes driving. I did go ahead and redo the entire sim season. Quick little dump to the right side to Bo Jackson. Sets up a 3rd and 4. All right, Keith, drive safe, buddy. As we had discovered last week, they finally did their roster update, and many of the Buckeyes got boosts, as they should. Julian Sand, chief among them, up to a 91. So I basically restarted the whole sim, force wind all the outcomes from all the Power 5 results, still the same. And that's where we have ended up where we ended up. Here comes Bo Jackson. He got a buff as well. His ratings are up to an 82, and he spins his way for about 11. And a first down, and he lost a yard on his first carry of the game. Now, Sand in a shotgun. Motion coming from Brandon Ennis, wide receiver number 3. Hinsman got a nice boost there in the middle as well. He's been a very solid center. Right side throw. Is he caught? Did he hold on? No, he couldn't. Big shot on that side. And that's Tony Grimes, that one time was committed to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Tony Grimes went to North Carolina. They went to UNLV, and now he is here at Purdue trying to find a home for himself. Big motion from Smith. Now, Sand, good pocket protection over the middle. Caught by Arnell Tate. Tate's got a first down inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. First down. Browns, not the Browns, the Buckeyes. Browns are tomorrow, finally. Not as much movement at the trade deadline that I would have hoped, unless you're a fan of anybody with the Jets, or maybe the Colts and the Cowboys. You can be excited about getting Sauce Gardner and Quinn Williams out of a pistol now. Bo Jackson up the middle. He'll be stuck right in the backfield. Big tackle in the middle there by the defensive lineman. Big Ian Jeffries in the middle, 6'4", 303, sophomore now. Back to pass. They'll fake the pitch. Fire back over the middle. Caught by Ennis, but he's woefully short. And on a 4th and 6, Ryan Day is going to take the short field goal points here. with Jaden Fielding's right foot. Fielding's been pretty solid. They haven't asked him to do much, especially from long range. And you just hope that, a national championship game doesn't come down like a 55-yarder, because he's been unproven in that category for sure. 3-0 Buckeyes after their opening drive. Hey, Kit, welcome in. Are you at home or on the road? All right, Purdue is going to receive the football. They're led by their sophomore quarterback, Ryan Brown. 6'4", 210-pounder Ryan Brown. There was apparently not a great week for him last week. He had 2 picks and 3 sacks in their sim. With a tough season for Purdue at 2-7. Kind of near the basement of the Big Ten, as they've been for several seasons. Of course, a few years ago, they snubbed the Buckeyes in their place. JT Barrett was quarterback for that game. Devin Mockabee is their best offensive player. He's going to get a lot of footballs. And he is number 45 because he's got that superstar emblem underneath him. Quick slant left side, caught in space. Tackled immediately by a slew of Buckeyes. And it was a very quick slant to the wide receiver, Michael Jackson. Up the middle on the QB sneak from Brown, and the big 6'4" quarterback dives forward. All right, Horseshoe Bay, Texas. Well, there you go. Enjoy Texas. Ryan Brown, little screen to the right side. Drilled immediately. Lorenzo Stiles comes flying up as he tried to dump it off to his tight end for a short gain. That's Christian Moore, the senior tight end from Huntington Beach, California. Number 44 in your programs. Across the middle, there's Michael Jackson again. First down for Michael Jackson. Across the midfield stripe, across the first down stripe, rather, to the 42-yard line. He is one of their top receivers. They have a transfer from Georgia as well. His name is Nitro Tuggle. That's his real name, Nitro, which is amazing. And Nitro is another receiver. We'll look for him. He's number 0 out there on offense. Out of a heavy pistol look now. Brown, quick throw to the left side. Clearly trying to get the football out of his hands quickly. That ball was caught by Chauncey Magwood, another one of their receivers from Albany, Georgia. And Magwood, the transfer from UCF, tackled immediately. 3rd and 3 now. Buckeyes generating some pressure up the middle, and he'll be sacked by Kenyatta Jackson, who's having a monster season. Hey, Alex, welcome in. Have the Cavs finished off the win? I haven't checked the scoreboard in a minute. They were up big in the first half. I got to go to the Cavs game on Sunday. It was a lot of fun, even though only Donovan Mitchell and Mobley were the 2 of the core 4 that played. But Lonzo Ball looks good as the second point guard. I liked what he did. I really like Jalen Tyson. Gosh, the kid that we drafted last year. He looked to get it. He has a really nice stroke. They're winning 107-87. Okay, we'll take that. Trips to the left side, 3-0 after the Buckeyes forced the punt now. Delayed handoff up the middle. C.J. Donaldson juking his way for another 12 yards and a first down. 2 carries. And Donaldson has 20 yards to start this game for the Buckeyes. 3:37 and counting. Staying in a shotgun once again. Here it is, Bo Jackson, right side, big hole. Joe Jackson, watch out! He might go 50 to the 40 to the 35, and he'll be topped down at the 27-yard line. But a big gainer, 40-plus yards for Bo Jackson. He is the home run hitter in that backfield, and that was nearly a home run. We'll call that a nice power triple off the wall. Bo Jackson, look at this hole. Look at that blocking from the offensive line. And then it was just Bo Jackson, just that good angle from the safety coming from the far side, saves the touchdown. That safety from the other side being Ryan Turner, transfer from Boston College. A lot of transfers on this Purdue team. Head coach Barry Odom is trying to turn things around now. We'll stretch it to the right side to James Peoples, who's checked into the game to spell Bo Jackson, and he can't get past the line. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell he's more impressive in person because he's really not very tall. He's like 6'1". I mean, he's down there among the trees, and he's just really special. Across the middle, Max Clear for a short gain in the form of Boilermakers. Oh, he can't hold on, actually. Ball dislodged. Big C.J. Nunnally, the defensive lineman, their best defensive player. You can see that superstar underneath him. He's on the Big Ten logo right now, rushing on the right tackle side. He's going to get there, but late. Across the middle, first down declared. Again, the former Boilermaker punishing his former teammates to a first down and goal situation for the Buckeyes. Bo Jackson, no option keeper for Sayin. Took a long time for him to decide to pull it. He'll pick up a couple of positive yards for Sayin. Second and goal for the Buckeyes. Claps the hands together. RPO left side, walking into the end zone, Jeremiah Smith. touchdown Buckeyes. On our channel, we call that 10-4 for 6. And we have seen it time and time again. And the best player in the country ends up in the end zone, and he catches the pass from, gosh, maybe also the best player in the country. Again, I understand I have some scarlet and gray glasses, and I would just love for the Browns to draft exclusively Buckeyes. In fact, when I do my own franchises, I often will just take as many Buckeyes as possible. But they could find a way to stomach being bad again next year. Man, Julian Sayin would look awful good for the Cleveland Browns, as he is just an absolutely exceptional quarterback, and you got to wait a whole another year to get him. Of course, you could also have Arch Manning and maybe Lenora Sellers in that draft too, if Sellers doesn't want to come out this year. Which is why the New York Jets have 3 first-round picks for that year. They want to take a chance at getting those guys. There is a chance, depending on how the Cowboys and Colts records and the Jets records, that they could actually be in a position to draft Julian Sayin and Jeremiah Smith. How about them apples? That would be actually wild. Ryan Brown fired over the middle. Oh, caught, first down and more. Big gainer, Michael Jackson. Past the 45 to the 48-yard line, and Jackson, the third, gets a first down. Michael Jackson, another one of those transfer receivers from Georgia. They've got Nitro Tuggle, and they've got Michael Jackson, who transferred over. Here's Ryan Brown again. Quick throw out of the backfield to Maccabee. Tackled by Sonny Styles. They finally got his number right as well, so all the numbers got updated correctly when I did the roster reboot this week. So Sonny Styles is finally 0. Evan Sanchez shifts back to 6. And again, all the players that are better got the buff that they so rightly deserved. And there's really, nobody really got nerfed, because everybody has played as well, but mostly better than we've expected. Like, for instance, Arvell Reese got a massive buff. There you can see it with the, right there, actually, he just tackled the running back who didn't keep the football. 3rd and inches. Nice tackle by Styles. Everybody up on the line for this 3rd and inches. And he'll dive forward on his own. Oh, Jim. You think they actually let him back on the field? I think the only way he gets on is if there's injuries to both Gabriel and Sanders. And they haven't even activated him from PUP yet, so it ain't coming soon. But I mean, you're paying him for the next 2 years, so if he can keep you moderately functional, and then when you get rid of him, you can you know, draft somebody else after that. Kenyatta Jackson with another nice sack. A 4th and 18 coming up as the Buckeyes get home. David, welcome in, man. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well. There you go. David, one of our resident dad joke. It's in the chat. Kenyatta Jackson having a monster season. He'd look good in brown and orange. Be like your new Alex Wright or Isaiah McGuire, whichever one you don't sign after this offseason. He's got a big frame, too. Nice punt as well for the Boilermakers. And here comes Julian Sayin and company. Kenyatta Jackson has that kind of a build, too. He's a big body. 6'6", 265. Fired deep over the middle, and it's caught by Jeremiah Smith. Was that triple coverage? I'm sitting here looking down at my roster, but that looked like triple coverage to me. Sayin, quick little throw across the middle to Ennis for a gain of about 6. Yeah, I haven't forgotten about Bailey Zappi either. Second and 4. 0-4 tuna being played by the band. Quick throw right side out of a bunch receiver. A trips of bunch receivers, and they kind of split across right at the line. That was a really cool looking play. Sayin's got 200 passes completed in the season. See how they kind of all went 3 separate ways, and the 2 top guys initiate the blocks. Good timing on that route, too, because they hadn't started blocking guys until after the catch was made. Otherwise, a good referee is going to spot that for offensive pass interference since that ball is caught on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. Pressure coming. He's going to floor on the run. What a seed on the left side to Jeremiah Smith. A little boot action, and he's like, whoop, pass rusher's right there. What a play by Sayin. Pocket presence, 10 out of 10 right there. Now Donaldson, right high, big hole again. Juke move to the 20. Breaking tackles 15. Spinning to the 11-yard line. C.J. Donaldson. First down, Buckeyes. They still can get a first down, of course. It's not first and goal just yet. Saying, I guess a four-man rush over the middle again. Ennis to the 3, to the 2, to the 1. First and goal from the 1-yard line for the Buckeyes, and they bring Donaldson in. He is the power back. And they'll give it to him up the middle. Boom! Blown up in the hole. What a hit. Sheesh. That guy is not on the roster, but a nice hit by number 2 on defense. They don't have a number 2 on defense. Donaldson this time into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Number 2 does not get a second crack at him. Buckeyes 16, Boilers 0 with the kick pending from Fielding here. Just get it down there and run it in. I don't know. I mean, we're never going to have to know, Alex, because they're the same class, but his ball placement is elite. Elite, elite. His accuracy is otherworldly. And yeah, he's got good receivers, so they're catching the ball and they're open, but he's still putting it like back shoulder throws. His deep ball is gorgeous. He's got good pocket awareness and wiggle. You saw that on display for the first time. Delayed handoff to Maccabee right into the power pack punch of Arvell Reese. Arvell Reese might be the first of all the Buckeyes drafted this year, which is crazy to think that he could potentially go in front of Caleb Bounds. Those two guys could both go top 8, top 10. Carnell Tate, another top 12 to 15. I really hope the Browns can get Carnell Tate. I like him more than any of the other receivers right now with that Jags pick. I think you got to go O-line and receiver. If it's me, I'm going O-line and receiver as Arvell Reese just puts the receiver on his back. Nice catch in space, though. And there is not a 4 on offense either, so clearly the roster update did not do so well for the Purdue Boilermakers. How about Caden McDonald in the middle there? But yeah, I think I'm on record right now. I don't love any of these quarterbacks that are coming out, and I know they're going to be a lot of pressure to do so. As it's going to be picked off. Was it Sonny or Arvell? It's Sonny Styles. Interception, Buckeyes, as he just kind of mugged the tight end at the point of contact, or when the ball arrived, rather, and he ripped it right out of his hands. Let's see the replay on this one. Sonny Styles. There was a time where he was, I mean, he still probably could be a first rounder. He's just being dwarfed by the success of his linebacking mate right now. But I keep saying Browns. Sayin fired across the middle, caught by Tate. 40, spinning his way to the 36-yard line, and a first down. Browns 157 cool passing yards for Julian Sayin here in half number 1. With 6:13 and counting to go. He's in a shotgun again. Bo Jackson up the middle. Jackson bounces off a man to the 30, spins his way to the 28-yard line. Nice gain of 8 for Lamar Bo Jackson. The middle again, big run again. C.J. Donaldson. They're really mixing and matching the running backs. All 3 have had carries here. Doing a nice job of keeping them fresh. That's the name of the game for the Buckeyes. Survive, advance, be healthy when the postseason matters. They are playing the long game here. Fired quickly over the middle, batted down at the line. First incompletion of the day for Julian Sayin, who leads NCAA over 80% completions on the season, which is insane, which would be a record. I think Shador had, what, 77% last year, right? And he left as college's highest percentage passer, I believe. Pellegrin, welcome in. Go Bucks. Sayin on a 3rd and 8. Fired right side. Caught by Jeremiah. 10, 3, 2. Tackled down, and they got another first and goal to the Buckeyes. I don't know, Alex. I think there's a lot of things going on in the wide receiver room. We haven't developed a wide receiver in 6 years. I'm not sure how good of a coach Chad O'Shea actually is, first off. Second off, Bond was a project, and he's been thrust into wide receiver 2 responsibilities because of the injury to Tillman and the lack of addressing the position. And yeah, Jerry Jeudy's fall from grace has just been really stunning. But he's under contract. C.J. Madden's going to get in there for a sack for the Boilermakers. This time they bum rushed the Buckeyes, and Sayin had nowhere to go. But yeah, I'll finish my point quickly. I think I'm out on any of the quarterbacks in the first round for this year. I think any of them are projects, and I would rather wait till the next year when the quarterback draft will be even better with Julian Say and Arch Manning for real, maybe Lenoir Sellers, those kinds of players. Dante Moore may not even come out. So I'm going O-line and receiver with my 2 picks, or I'm going to trade one of them, frankly, and try to get more 2027 assets is what I would do. But that's me, and I never get fired, so I can keep trading draft picks. At some point, you can't keep, that's the thing I was thinking about the Jets GM yesterday. Like, he got all these first rounders for 26 and 27. What's the guarantee that he's still going to be around to get to draft with them, Buckeyes will stall out with 2:21, kick a field goal. It's 20-0 Buckeyes. In this one. Appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports. Kit joining in chat for him tonight. He just landed in Texas after his work day. Good tackle by Riley Pettijohn. Just curious what the line is on this. 29.5. Somehow that just doesn't feel big enough. What do I know? Appreciate all of my subscribers. Again, picked up another new one yesterday. If that was you, thank you so much. We're at 1175, most we've ever had, which is awesome. Thank you. And we'll have a Brown sim for you tomorrow. Maccabee with a big run to the outside, and he outruns Davison Igbinosun. Igbinosun just felt like he was going to catch up and never did. First down for the Boilers. Now Maccabee will go left on a quick motion. Quick little throw again. That's where they've had the majority of their success, small as it might be, is with those really quick throws, getting that football out of his hand very quickly. Now Brown back to pass. Quick throw right side, caught by the tight end, and dropped, couldn't hold on. Tackle in space there, Arvell Reese with another one. To pass, quick throw over the middle, caught, but short of the line. He actually didn't catch it because Sonny Styles decked him. Incomplete, and they'll punt it again. Buckeyes are going to have about 90 seconds to see if they choose to get aggressive. Thank you, Alex, for the Cavs update. 1:29 to be exact. Here come the Buckeyes. Spread them out. 3 receivers to the right, Max Clear to the left. Again, the former Purdue Boilermakers had a nice football game so far back here in Ross-Ade Stadium. Maybe not Ross-Ade anymore. I don't know. It used to be Ross-Ade Stadium. 3-yard pass isn't going to get it done, boys. Why aren't we hurrying up? We do not get the second half kick. They got the first half kick. Sayin fires left side. Into traffic. First down. And they call timeout. Jeremiah Smith's having a very nice first half. He has the lone touchdown from Julian Sayin. And really the only reason that one of them wouldn't win the Heisman could be because of the other one stealing votes from them, because they are still fairly regional. It's a nice another catch by Smith. So if all of the guys in the South and on the West vote for their guy, and everybody in the Midwest and the East splits the vote, it could be interesting to see what happens. Left side throw. And Brandon Ennis does a nice job getting out of bounds. Captain kind of played there. Still got 2 timeouts left. Left side throw again. Caught by Jeremiah Smith. He is having a monster first half with these catches here. I think that's 7 already. Sayin, RPO right side. Caught by Ennis. Thrown to the ground immediately. They call their second timeout. Tackle was made over there by Taj Rael. 2nd and 7. 1 timeout, 20 seconds. Plenty of time. Sayin fired over the middle. Caught. Ennis again. First down. That'll stop the clock momentarily at 15. And they will go ahead and call timeout number 3. You got to try to take a shot to the end zone here. Cannot take a sack and cannot keep this thing in bounds. I do not believe you'll have enough time to set the field goal unit with just 13 seconds. Sayin. Or throw it short to a tight end, Max Clear, and he's going to be tackled. That's it. Unless for some reason they can actually get this thing snapped. Wow, and he spikes it with 2 seconds left. Never in doubt, says Julian Sayin. He says, come on, Phil, that's never in doubt. I'm going to get that snapped and spiked. Okay, well, 3 points there. Buckeyes 23, Purdue 0, and we got triple zeros on the clock, headed to halftime here West Lafayette, Indiana. There you go. 9 targets. He's got 8 catches for 120 yards and a touchdown in the first half today for Jeremiah Smith. He is balling out. And yeah, that was right. Good point, Alex. Getting that snap with 1 second. A couple of highlights here. Fired over the middle. Positive play. Harville Reese baptizing you in the name of the Father and the Son. And Dick Butkus. 23-0. Buckeyes. Appreciate you joining me here. Again, if you could hit that thumbs up button, appreciate help growing our college audience. Our pro audience has been around for years. College audience still just 2 years old. Of course, the new game didn't come out for a while. Brown Sim tomorrow in the evening sometime. I'll let you know on the Discord channel where you can hit that bell. Join us on Discord if you want. There's an invite link in the description of this or any of our videos, and I'll tell you in advance of when we're going to sim. On Discord, sometimes it's just minutes, sometimes it's hours, sometimes it's days in advance, so that you'll know. We also chat all things Browns, Buckeyes, Cavs, Guardians, Blue Jackets, and other Central Ohio and Ohio-based sports teams here as we broadcast from my home in suburban Columbus, Ohio. He jumped the route, he picked it off. Jalen McClain, the safety, down to the 3, to the 2, and that's 1st and goal. Buckeyes at the 4, they'll say, is when he's down. What a beautiful play from your sophomore safety. And he just jumped the route beautifully. Let's get a replay on this, please, camera crew. Maybe, not touching any buttons. Look at him, really, he just reads the route beautifully. That's the beauty, when you're going to go short passes, just whoop right in front of the receiver. That was just beautifully read by your safety. 6 foot, 200 pound from Rahway, New Jersey, Jalen McClain. Big run outside for Donaldson. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The 30 spots on the board. And selfishly, I want them to throw the ball in because I need Sayin to get touchdown passes. He is not in the Heisman semifinalists as we speak. He's going to need to have big stat numbers here in our sim to get into the conversation. Now again, I have been recreating every outcome from every Power 5 school. So all of the Big Ten, ACC, Big 12, and SEC records are perfectly accurate. So we're going to try to get near the same thing. The only difference would be I can't control the rankings, right? So what they do in real life with the rankings is not necessarily what's happening in the game. Screen pass right side to Mockney to the 20. Spun, but hit immediately by Eggmanosin to set up a 3rd and 2. The idea being is that our CFP bracket will be pretty identical to what happens in real life. That's the hope, at least. Back to pass now. Also continuing to recruit because we will tip up in the air. Oh, nobody can get there. We will continue to run this Buckeye Sim season in the off season, of course. The virtual off season conducted by yours truly. That's always fun to do. We'll see some new faces and see if the Buckeyes can, maybe go for a 3-peat. Not losing a ton. Bringing most of the offensive line back. You're bringing back Sayin. You're bringing back Smith. You're bringing back Jackson. You could bring back Ennis. Ennis could go, I guess. He might not. Carnell Tate probably is going to go. Max Clare could go, but I don't think he has to. 2nd and 6, motion from Carnell Tate. Back to pass, Sayin once again. He's had a lot of beautiful throws. There's another one to Ennis for a 1st down at the 45-yard line. 10 catches now for Ennis. He has been the check down king here today, catching that ball when he needs his quarterback to get him. Peoples for a couple of yards to the right side. Peoples starting to become a little bit more of a weapon in the pass game, which is really nice for the Buckeyes because he's really, if there's any player on the team that's sort of underperformed is the wrong term. Beautiful RPO, by the way, left side, 1st down for Tate, and he reaches the ball across the line to ensure that he gets that 1st down. But I think if you get, really the only player who's underperformed of maybe what we thought they would be preseason. Wide open over the middle. Speaking of Max Clare, down at the 1 again. 300 yards passing, and he's only got 1 touchdown. They keep getting tackled at the 1. That's 3,000 passing yards for Julian Sayin. I don't think he has quite that much in real life. That's an insane amount of passing yards. There you go. A mock draft to take Max Clare. I don't hate it. I don't think they're going to re-sign the Chief, or if they do, it's not going to be nearly for the money he thinks he can get. He looks visibly older and slower on the football field right now. Is another touchdown for Donaldson. He has 3 rushing touchdowns in this game. Buckeyes 36. Purdue 0. Thank you, Alex, for those score updates on the Cavs game. I don't have the new NBA game. I will. We usually do some Cavs sims in the winter. And then certainly we do the Cavs playoffs, which aren't until like April. It's a very long season. But I got to get the new game before that can happen. Slow snap. They try to go to Maccabee and blown up in the backfield by Caden Curry, who's had a very nice season. These defensive ends have done a nice job of coming in for Tuimoloau out and Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer had that pick last week. I went up to Cleveland for the Cavs game, and we stopped at an establishment for some food, and they had the Steelers-Colts game, and I was like, what in the world? How are the Steelers destroying the Colts? And they're like, the Colts have turned it over 6 times, and one of them was apparently to Jack Sawyer. Throw to the right side. Michael Jackson found a little gap in the cover 2. And for the quarters, I guess, whatever it was. But that gap between the corner and the strong safety on that side, a big gainer for Purdue. First down to the 45 now. Brown, pressure over the middle, caught again. Michael Jackson with another catch and another tackle from Lorenzo Styles Jr. Oh, David. Up the middle, first down, Maccabee. Hit by Caleb Downs. Laid the boomstick on him, did Caleb. First down for Purdue into Ohio State territory. Have not spent much time here. Option keeper from Ryan Brown will be cut down right at the line of scrimmage by Kenyatta Jackson. A little QB option keeper that time. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Buckeyes 37, Purdue 0 here in West Lafayette. Tipped up in the air again as both Igbinosun and Jalen McClain are all over Michael Jackson, as the Buckeyes are really squatting on these short routes now, aren't they? That's probably why they were successful on that deep ball to the right side. Everybody flipping on the defense. Garrett Stover sighting. We're going to get a penalty and a sack if it stands. And it looks like it's going to be holding on the offensive line. And it is going to be holding on big Jalen St. John. He's your left tackle. And St. John will be guilty, and they will decline it and punt it away. Buckeyes taking back over. Still too early for the Lincoln Kienholz drives. We need some touchdown pass. Little boot action left side. 2 people in the same spot. That's not how it's supposed to go. Jelani Thurman and Max Clare were right there. Look at this. Doink. Why are there 2 people standing in the same spot? Somebody did the wrong thing. Run up the middle, Bo Jackson. Nice acceleration through the hole just to gain the 3. 3rd and 7 for your Buckeyes. Motion coming from Max Clare. Back to pass Sand. Good protection once again. He'll float it. Deep shot. Right side. He's passed everybody in his 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. A deep shot from Sand to Ennis. 10-1 for 6 that time. Told you he throws a beautiful deep ball, and that time Ennis had gotten back double coverage, and Julian's eyes lit up like the 4th of July, and he threw a dot. Look at that, just such an effortless motion right in the breadbasket. Ennis doesn't have to slow down at all, and that's why you get the massive touchdown. Saying to Ennis, all Buckeyes here in West Lafayette. Man, that was a flick of the wrist. Bum, 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 bum. 44-0. I'm telling you, 29.5. I don't gamble a lot on football, but I'm telling you, 29.5 feels like it's too small for what the Buckeyes can and likely will do on Saturday. 1 o'clock kickoff. Weird kickoff time. Maccabee up the middle, just nowhere to go. We're going to get to see some backups here in this fourth quarter, though. That'll be fun. Appreciate everybody being on, hanging out with me. Thank you for the score updates, Alex. Phil Nagy on Sports, Kit Nagy joining as well in chat form here tonight. Our humble little YouTube channel where we simulate sporting events and then do live original play-by-play commentary for them, trying to recreate reality as best we can. And the blitz coming from the round. This is actually no blitz required, just Kenyatta Jackson doing Kenyatta Jackson things. And Ryan Brown with another punt. The few fans who are still there with some boo birds. Hey, Carter, welcome in. What is up with you, my friend? It's been a good day for the Buckeyes. Sayan's still in there. We'll pull him in the fourth. Peoples will try to go left. James Peoples, and stuck out of bounds at 33. A nice balance of all three, but Donaldson's been the one who's gotten into the crib. Now 3 rushing touchdowns for C.J. Donaldson in this one. 2 passing touchdowns for Julian Sayin. Quick little RPO. Smoke screen over there to Carnell Tate. Breaking tackles. Somehow he turned that 2-yard throw into about 20. And now Sayin's knocking on 400 bills. That's what we need if we're going to try to get him into the Heisman campaign in the sim. He's in it in real life. He's the favorite right now. Right side throw by Tate. What a dot. Somehow Carnell Tate caught that with Boilermakers all over his derriere. That's French for behind, by the way. My Duolingo streak is intact. Right side throw. Oh, couldn't hold on. That's a very Carnell Tate catch, though. He has elite sideline control. Sayin, left side throw, easy first down. That was Mylan Graham. Mylan Graham, oh, by the way, just a ho-hum. He's your 4th best receiver. He's just another 5-star kid. They got 5 stars. Coming, they got 5 stars on the bench. They are just an embarrassment of riches at the playmaking positions on this football team. Boom, 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 boom. Really, the only weakness you could say, oh, as he throws a pick. That's not going to help the stat line. Sayin makes the tackle himself as well. Interception that time. No, there's not a number 7 on defense either. What is going on with this roster? Crew Wackley. I'm not sure that's a real person. Let's find out. Crew Wackley does not exist. But he makes a nice interception here in this game. The Buckeyes are going to sack him back to make him pay for the interception. Oh, nice. Good for Coop. I'm going to be honest, I'm probably not going to watch a lot of his games down there in Dallas. But that's nice of him to have his moment. Crazy to be Carlos Boozer's twins are freshmen at Duke this year, and they're both like really good. One of them's really good, the other one's like pretty good. But it's like, man, I remember Carlos Boozer for the Cavs. He was just playing. $44-0. They'll flip the field here. Appreciate you being on. Phil Nagy on Sports. I'll show you the top 25 at the end of the sim. I'll also show you where we're at with our current recruiting class. It's nice. Anyway, I was going to say the only weakness, other than when Julian Sayin threw that pick, literally as I said weakness, which is kind of funny, is they're going to force another punt, was that they haven't been able to hit on like the high-end offensive line recruits. Now the guys that they have are playing pretty well, playing good enough, but these are 3 and a couple of 4-star guys. They have a couple of decent signings coming in for next year's class, but they just haven't had that like 5-star tackle in a couple of years. It's kind of the one area, really, if you had a nitpick about it. How about Bo Jackson? Spin move through the middle and then a massive run. That gives him 9 for 100, just like he did in that first game against Ohio University. That's fine. I get it. That's pretty funny. 35-yard run. That was a sweet little spin for Bo Jackson there in the middle. 13-20. This will be the last drive for the starters. Sayan claps the hands together. It would be nice to get him another touchdown pass, especially because he threw that pick. Sayan across the middle. In traffic, caught by Tate. He's going to run backwards for a while, which means he reestablishes, and the net result is a -3 yards. I'll sub after this drive, Jim. Thanks for the reminder. Here comes Bo Jackson, hit at the line. 3rd and long. Buckeyes haven't had a lot of 3rd and longs here. Kenny Atkinson emptying the bench. There we go. Sayan back to pass. Guys open everywhere. He'll find the one he likes, which is, oh, he couldn't hold on. Carnell Tate. Oh, boy. And now fielding will come in for a 45-yarder. Kick is up. The kick is good. And the Buckeyes all over. What am I looking for? Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put in some backups. And for whatever reason, it really doesn't like the specificness of the like sub linebacker, for instance. It's still going to have, oh, did it actually do it correctly? I'll be darned. That's crazy. It usually doesn't do that. Well, how about them apples? Because you're always having like, why come the starting linebackers in there? Because of the sub packages. Maybe they fixed that with one of the title updates as well. Yeah, I'm sure they eased him back into it, but he's the facilitator. I mean, Donovan Mitchell can run the point, but he's much better off the ball, I think, when they run their offense like that. 47-0. Looks like the backups are in for Purdue as well. New quarterback into the game. I'll tell you about him in just a moment. Appreciate everybody being on. Wide open throw to the left side of the running back, though. And he gets a big gainer. Backup running back into the game is Malachi Thomas. He's a senior from Harwell, Georgia, transfer from Virginia Tech. Thomas up the middle, this time blown up by Peyton Pierce. Into the game at quarterback is Malachi Singleton. He's a transfer from Arkansas, 6'1", 235 pounds. And he's going to go to the right side. Fahim Delane on the tackle. Another one of a high-end freshman on this Buckeye roster. Maybe the heir apparent to Caleb Downs back there. Fahim Delane fired over the middle, caught for a first down. Magwood on the catch. That's what it looked like to me, at least. Idle Minor Tycoon. No, I do not. Never even heard of it. I know the Tycoon series games. We're grinding it today during 9th period, huh? Idle Minor. Tackled there in a sack. That's Caden McDonald. Technically a starter. Maybe the backup when you talk about pass rushing defensive tackles. I don't know. 3rd and 7 here. 8:45 and counting. Appreciate everybody being on again. I'll do your top 25 and I'll show you where our recruiting class is here. Week number 11 of the Buckeyes. Whoop, preview over the middle. Caught for a first down. He kind of snuck behind the defender that time, and that's Jaleel Hall, freshman. Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. All right, I believe you. Up the middle for a gain of 5. Devin Sanchez in there. Peyton Pierce, number 26, also been involved in several of these tackles already. 2nd and 5. Just the 3rd time, I believe, if I can remember off the top of my head, that Purdue has been inside Buckeye territory, and now they're in scoring position as he fires it over the middle to a tight end. Big drop for Singleton now. Hit, knocked down by Jason Moore. As Malachi Singleton just kind of threw it right at his feet. Singleton slant left side, knocked away. That's Aaron Scott from Springfield High School. 40 minutes due west of where I sit. Aaron Scott, another nice, talented piece in that back 7. Pressure up the middle. He'll be hit as he throws. Left side. Caught it for a touchdown and a jump ball. Oh, boy. Nitro Tuggle. There's the Georgia transfer, and the Buckeye defense cannot pitch the shutout. 2 Georgia receivers that came over. And he wins a jump ball against Bukari Miles. Is that Bukari Miles, maybe? Transfer Bukari Miles. We are deep into the roster now. 12 plays, 87 yards. Good on Purdue, scoring against the backups here. Of course, it was with their backups as well, so I won't discount it too much. Mylan Graham from his goal line up to about the 20-yard line. Here comes Lincoln Keenholz and company out onto the football field. Keenholz in a shotgun. 6:48 to go. Buckeyes lead by 40. Up the middle, James Peoples. Tackled immediately at the line. Smiley Bradford. Transfer from... Oh, nope, not a transfer. Thought it was a transfer. It's just the name of his high school was East St. Louis. Peoples again. 3rd and 5 coming up. What's up, LA? Welcome in. Up the middle. Big run. Peoples, watch out. 35 to the 40, near the 45-yard line. They'll call him the 44. And the Buckeyes cooking with gas here now. Up the middle, Bo Jackson. Big run. Juking guys out. Hit down at the line to gain onto the Purdue side of the football field again, as you're going to continue to see that 3. All right, David, man. Good night. Appreciate the jokes. Good to have you on. Sorry I didn't read them all on the chat. I was staring at the roster a lot tonight. Learning these Purdue guys. But be well. Appreciate you. Always. 4 minutes to go. Buckeyes salting this one away. 47-7. Nearly 400 yards passing. How about James Peoples? How about over 400 yards passing for Julian Sain, but just the 2 touchdowns, and he did have an interception late in that 3rd quarter as well, so that's not going to be quite the stat line that you want. Jeremiah Smith had a monster game. Bo Jackson had a monster game. C.J. Donaldson had a monster game. Carnell Tate had a monster game. Brandon Is had everybody had a monster game today on offense. Tons and tons of yards, and then C.J. Donaldson punched them in when they got down inside the 1. Option keeper for Keenholz. He'll be blown up in the backfield. Slusher got back there in a hurry, and now heading to the 2-minute timeout. If they don't want to snap it, they don't have to. But they will. Up the middle again, Bo Jackson. And he'll be tackled right away by the big defensive lineman. 3rd and 11 now for the Buckeyes. And they'll run it again with Peoples. Left side, nearing a 1st down. We'll go ahead and make them go for it. I think they probably would go for it, to be honest. Mostly just as like a sign of respect, like we don't need to score more points necessarily. Quick little throw to Jelani Thurman. Easy pitch and catch for a 1st down. We don't need to kick the field goal. We can just go ahead and take a knee if they want, or keep running plays. You do you, I guess. Ryan Day doesn't really like to run the score up on people. He's like the anti-Signetti. Peoples again, he might run the score up on him though. Down to the 2, down to the 1, another 1st down. And they are not in kneel down formation. Interesting choice there, virtual Ryan Day. Just ready to defend you for not running the score up on people. And James Peoples tackled short of the line, and they may not run another one. Maybe they will, I don't know. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Ball game, 47-7. Buckeyes win this one easily, paced by that 21-point 3rd quarter. And the Buckeyes continue to stay undefeated. We expect this to happen. And these next couple weeks are just to stay healthy, get out of town without any injuries, take care of your business, which is what they did here tonight. Perfect kind of game. 47-7 would be the perfect sort of score, in my opinion. Ryan Brown today for the Boilermakers, 15-22, 148, 2 picks. Malachi Singleton came into relief, 8 for 10 for 88 yards and a touchdown. Maccabee, he was the key to their offense, and he was really couldn't get going. Just 3.5 per carry, 13 for 43 in this one. Leading receiver, Michael Jackson III, 5 for 81. Charlie Ross was number 4, who's not actually on the roster, or he's got a new number, 5 for 41. Maccabee with 3 catches, 3 for Denylon Morissette, 2 for Burheen, 1 for Nitro Tuggle. He had the touchdown. Hall Thomas Mag Woodall with 1 catch as well. On the defensive side of the ball, Ryan Turner, the cornerback. Leading tackler with 13, Monty Powell, the Mike linebacker from Columbus, Ohio. Let's go. Where did he go to school? Is this guy real? Manny Powell. Yeah. It doesn't say where, because he's a transfer from UNLV. It doesn't say where he went to high school. On their bio. I'm going to look him up because that's cool. 9 tackles for Tony. 1 sack for Ian Jeffries, a half for Kennedy Madden, Harkless, and Nunnally. We talked about Nunnally being their best player, and then Crew Wackley, who does not exist. Sorry, Crew. Here we go. Why doesn't it have his high school? Oh, McKinley. That's not in Columbus. What is happening here? His bio is all over the place. Anyway, he started at Arkansas, and then he went to UNLV, and now he's at Purdue. Manny Powell. Columbus, Ohio, hometown. Interesting. Julian saying today, how about this? 85%, so he keeps his 80-plus mark intact. 34 for 40 for 408. The 2 touchdowns, and again, that 1 interception late. Otherwise, he would have near perfect in this one. Oh, good old Trip Chatham. I forgot about Chip. Bo Jackson, 14 for 127 in this one. 11 for 70 for Peoples. How about 10 for 454 for Donaldson? But he got in the end zone 3 different times. 3 times into the paint for CJ. 11 catches for $145 for Ennis. 8 for $120 for Jeremiah Smith. That was all in the first half. He never caught it. He did not have a target in the second half. Tate, 7 for 60. Claire, 5 for 70. So your 4 horsemen right there, just absolutely monsters here today. Leading tackler, Styles Jr. That's Lorenzo Styles, the cornerback for 12. He's your nickelback. 10 for Arvell Reese. 6 for Kenyatta Jackson, and 5 of them were TFLs. He had 3 sacks by himself. Curry, McDonald, Houston, each adding 1. The 2 picks were by Sonny Styles and Jalen McClain. Guys, appreciate you being on for this one. 47-7 is the final score. Thanks, Mitchell. Take care. Good night to you as well. Again, I will very quickly show you the top 25. Again, I cannot recreate it, but I have done my darndest to do so. So here is the college football playoff rankings according to the game. Buckeyes number 1, Indiana number 2, Georgia number 3, Texas A&M number 4, Ole Miss number 5. So we're pretty close right now. Oregon number 6. They're a little bit lower in real life. BYU number 7. They're going to play number 12, Texas Tech, here this week. This will be a good game. Alabama number 8, then Texas at number 9. Louisville at number 10, Michigan 11. Texas Tech, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, USC at 15. Georgia Tech, Iowa. Miami after that loss to SMU drops down to 18. Vandy after losing to Texas drops. Mizzou, Virginia, Illinois, Utah, Washington, and Memphis, the highest rated group of 5 team right now. So, if the CFP ended today, here's what the bracket would look like. Okay, actually, I'm not sure why they have Texas State in there. There's no way that Texas State would be the Group of 5 champion, but there you go. That's kind of what it looks like right now. So you have Alabama and Texas to play against Ohio State. That actually feels like Ohio State gets kind of the shaft in this particular case. But what do I know? All right, let's take a quick look at the recruiting class that I have begun to amass here for your Buckeyes. 5-star outside linebacker, number 2 in the country in his position. 5-star, and these guys are important because they're the gem 5-stars. 5-star receiver, 5-star tackle, 5-star receiver, 5-star receiver, 5-star edge, and the number 2 pass rusher on the planet. 5-star corner, 5-star safety, 5-star receiver, 5-star quarterback, 5-star defensive tackle, 5-star edge, 5-star offensive tackle, 5-star quarterback, 5-star tackle, the top safety, the second center, the third center, another 5-star defensive tackle, a high guard because we needed some, the number 1 tight end, and we're in some battles for the top outside linebackers, the kicker and the punter, and we need a couple of running backs as well. Those guys are late to the party. I just added them this week. Can always fill it in. Well, I'm good at recruiting. How about that? No, I mean, Ohio State has ridiculous recruiting advantages, and Ryan Day, I've got him leveled up to a, look at his recruiting over here. He's got all kinds of things unlocked. So he's getting all kinds of recruiting perks as well. So, but yeah. Otherwise, I just go after him. I kind of have a strategy that works for me, and I just get aggressive. I go after them. I give them the send the what do they call it? Send the farm, send the house until they unlock. Then I go with the oh my gosh, what do they even call it? Blanking out. He says confidently. Get to one of the guys down here. So I send the house, and then as soon as these unlock right here, I'll do the hard sell based on the pitches that are available to them. And because the Buckeyes are A's in like practically everything, it's easy to find them. And so this guy actually went back to sending the house from, because as you can see, one of his things is a B+. So I kind of alternate back and forth, but yeah. You get them and it goes pretty well. So here's the recruiting classes. I have 17 5-stars and 3 4-stars, and I'm pummeling everybody else. Alabama actually has 3 4-stars, otherwise nobody else, or 5-stars. Otherwise nobody else has more than 1 5-star, and that's how I stay on top of the game. There you go. You think people would be into that? I mean, maybe. If you think there's, I mean, it feels like there's plenty of people out there making those kinds of videos, but if you think people would watch, I would certainly be happy to do that. I don't feel like I'm doing anything crazy. But, yeah, appreciate you watching. Oh, really? Even as a team like Ohio State with as much clout and recruiting points as they have had, Jay? That's interesting. I appreciate that feedback. I'll think about it. I will think about it. P-Dog. Carter, you have a good night too, buddy. All right, guys, this one was a lot of fun. Buckeyes 47, Purdue 7. Enjoy the real game this weekend. I will be back tomorrow with our Browns and Jets sim. Man, what a difference a week makes. They will look like a drastically different team as they appear to be fully in on the tank. Are the Browns in a must-win situation, or people are getting fired if you can't beat the hapless Jets? So, I usually make your own coach. I see, yeah. Interesting. Yep, I started with the real Ryan Day because, again, we're going for realism. He's a level 73. He's got all kinds of crazy things unlocked. So, all right, guys, this was fun. Have a great night. Take care of yourselves. Today we'll say go Bucks, and as always, go Browns.